abandoned storage building behind Wendy's. This is the Poor Taste Podcast with Dustin Sims. Is it comedy or is he just working some shit out? Stay tuned and find out.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 8 of the Poor Taste Podcast. I hope you're doing good. Am I a day late? Yeah. Am I going to make up for it by some extremely riveting, mind-blowing content? No. But it's just going to be the regular old shit. Sorry about it, man. It's just been a busy week for me. I just got through shooting a video for Adam and Eve. So here's a vibrator. It's a lot bigger than my penis. They didn't sponsor this podcast, but if you do your boy a favor and go to AnaMaria.com and use code SIMS to get 50% off one item, free shipping to the entire United States and Canada, fuck the rest of the world, it would do me a solid, okay? You support the sponsors, you support your boy. That's just how it works, okay? And I know you guys fuck. You fuck other people, and you fuck yourselves. So why not get some help with that? Now, Dallas. Holy shit. Probably one of my favorite shows ever. Hyenas Comedy Club is one of my favorite venues ever. The crowd was amazing, man. They came to laugh, and laugh they did. They also came to drink, and drink they did. Maybe those two correlated, probably so. San Antonio, a lot of great people came out. That crowd was a lot more liberal than what I'm used to, okay? I think San Antonio is like a liberal place. Fine with that. Not usually my crowd, okay? I knew that it was going to be a little different when I pulled up to the venue and my name was not on the marquee. Now, look, man, I'm not some just narcissist. My name, it's not that I'm superior. I want my name to be on the thing. It's just like I like collecting pictures of them because it's still like mine. Shut the fuck up, Peanut. God damn it. So I like to collect pictures of that because it's still mind-blowing to me that this is what I do for a living. I'm getting to live out my dream. So I get there and I see that my name is not on the marquee, which is fine, but instead they have Black Lives Matter. And I was like, oh. Now, it doesn't bother me. Whatever. I'm not getting into it, but I just know with my crowd, you know, I ain't saying my whole crowd is conservative, and even if they are, whatever. But I know for sure a couple of them that show up have probably just burned a couple crosses in somebody's yard. So I just knew, like, okay, this isn't going to go well. Now, I don't know if the whole staff just watched some of my videos or they knew what type of crowd I was bringing, but the staff at the Paper Tiger in San Antonio was just dicks to us the whole time. Now, the owner or the manager, whatever, he was really cool. He was great. The staff was not. And they didn't have a good selection of alcohol. They hadn't been open in a while. It's like they just opened up the doors and blew the dust off the tables and was like, let's go. But the crowd was great. I had no problem with the show and the people. Joe Biden joke did not go that well there. I'll be honest about that. And here's the thing, dude. I can make a Trump joke be funny. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like I try to stay away from politics, but some of it is just funny, okay? Murdered in Dallas. Murdered. So, whatever. Natalie Holloway joke did not go that well in San Antonio. Went great in Dallas, so there's definitely something going on in San Antonio. But I still had a good time. We did the river walk. We're like tourists. I will say we went to this... we went to this store... And my wife, they had all these like leather bracelets, this jewelry and clothes, little boutique. My wife was looking around, and this dude, it was just like hippie, he comes running up to us, and right off the bat, he was like, can I offer you guys some free mimosas? And Kayla is going to jump on that every time. She's like, yes, I would love a mimosa. So they bring us out like a shot glass of mimosas. Now we're committed. I'm not. I don't give a fuck. But I know how Kayla is, and if someone gives her something like that in a store, she feels committed to buy something. So now my goal is to get that one thing, whatever it is, and get the fuck out. Okay, before we get roped into owning, I don't want to own partnership of this fucking store, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get her out of there. And this dude is just wheeling and dealing. He was like, so we got a little sweatshop back there where me and my wife, we hand make all these leather bracelets. My hands, I'm sorry if they're a little sore and bloody. We've been working for 76 hours on these bracelets. And I was like, okay, dude, really? Like, whatever. So she gets a bracelet. And then she's like, the dude's like, can I take this up to the counter for you? Which is basically a guarantee you're going to buy it now. And she's like, yeah, take it up there. So he takes the shit to the counter. And then she's like, I'm going to go over here and look at the clothes. And I'm like, what the fuck you doing? Let's go. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of even being around here. I'm tired of being around this person. And they didn't have good shit. But she felt bad because it was handmade. I don't know, man. And then San Antonio just left a bad taste in my mouth, and it was mostly my fault. Like, we get to the venue and I walk into the bathroom. Ladies, if you're listening to this, I don't know. You wouldn't know this, but in some men's bathrooms, we don't have toilets to pee into. We have troughs. Okay, we don't have a urinal. We have a big trough, and everybody pisses in the same trough. Okay, you be fucking shoulder to shoulder. Everybody just pee in there. You can hold the dude's dick next to you if you wanted, but don't. So I walk into the bathroom and there's a guy pissing in this trough, and I don't think anything about it. I got a doo-doo, so I go into the stall. Now I'm in the stall doing my thing. You know, the bathroom's pretty clean. I'll give him that. So I'm in the stall doing my thing. I come out and I see Rocky to the right, and he's at the urinals. And in my head, I'm like, damn, they got urinals and a trough? That's wild. But then I start looking for the sink. And the sink is the trough. And the man is still pissing in the trough. Okay? Wasn't a quick shit either, alright? The man's still standing there with his penis in his hand, pissing in the trough. Okay, I don't know if he had to fucking catheter himself or what. But I was just like, holy shit. So I can't keep it together. So I'm washing my hands really quick. I'm giggling. I'm trying to get the fuck out. I get the fuck out. I go to the green room. My wife, she's sitting there, and I'm like, just saw a guy pissing in the sink. Before I can say anything else, Rocky comes in. He said, hey, there's a guy pissing in the sink. And I was like, yeah, we had a big laugh about it. So then after the show, I'm meeting everybody. Everybody's coming up. Really cool people. Everybody's really cool. This guy comes up to get a picture, and I was fucking with him. He said, can I get a picture? And I said, why the hell would I take a picture with you? Just fucking with him, you know? And he was like, because I'm good looking. And I was like, yeah, you're all right, but I'm more handsome than you are. And he said, are you? And I was like, what, are you fucking blind? And you want to know something, man? He was. He was fucking blind. His wife is sitting there like, oh, wow. Yeah. His wife's looking at me like, and I was just sitting there like, ah, fuck. You know? You just feel like, I don't know, man. You just feel like shit, I guess. And he could sense it. And he like is reaching for my hand. He grabs my hand. He's like, it's okay, man. Nobody really knows. He said, I can actually see a little bit. I can see silhouettes, but I'm legally blind. And then I got to looking at him, and I recognized his shirt. And he was the guy pissing in the sink. And I was just like, well, I'm going to hell. Going straight to fucking hell. But we sold out the show in Dallas, man. Dallas was fucking lit. Can't say that enough. I will say I ran out of merch. People in San Antonio bought a lot of my merch, and I couldn't take a whole lot. So I sold out in Dallas pretty quick. I think I only had like 15 shirts to sell there. And there was a line of people coming up to meet, which is always cool. But there's this one dude, he's drunk in line, and he was like looking up, and he could see the table was empty. I didn't have any more shirts. And he was like, what the fuck? He's just like yelling. He's like, what the fuck, man? Where's your fucking shirts at? And I was like, I'm out, bro, you know? And he was like, I got 3 daughters. I've got 3 fucking daughters. And he's yelling us out, dude. And I'm like, I'm sorry, are they on chemo? Like, I can't knit you a fucking shirt right here, dude. I don't have a sewing machine. And he's just yelling. I don't even know what the relevance is to him having daughters. Like, is he buying them for his daughter? I don't know. But he's mad. And I'm like, this motherfucker's going to try to fight me up here because I don't have shirts. So I was ready to give him the shirt off my back. I was like, bro, give it to your daughters. Cut it in three, you know, I don't know. But like, Just get the fuck out of here, please. So I don't know what that was about. That was probably the only wild shit that happened in Dallas. Everybody was cool there, man. That club, that venue, everything about it was great. Fucking loved it. I know leaving Dallas sucked. We had to get up about 4 in the morning. Our Uber driver got there at 4 in the morning. I think I only had about 3 hours of sleep that night. The Uber driver pulls up and you hear outside the hotel. And I was like, okay, well, this is great. We go out there and fucking Ricky Ricardo is out here in his Lancer, just got fucking 212s in the trunk. So I'm thinking he's going to cut it off when we get in there. Nah, shit's just blaring. And most Uber drivers don't want to talk to you, and I love that. Don't talk to me. And don't ask me what I'm doing for a living, because then I tell them and they're like, what the hell? And they want to look it up, and it's just very awkward. I don't like telling people what I do, if that makes sense. Which is probably weird. I'm probably weird, but don't fucking talk to me in an Uber. Just drive me. That's what you're getting paid to do, and I will tip you well. But this motherfucker wants to talk. And he's up here like, so what are you guys in town for? And we're just back here like... I was like, dude, what? And he's like, what are you guys in town for? I was like, show. A comedy show. Who's performing? I was like, fuck. Me. And he's like, oh shit. How can I find you? I was like, hey bro, will you turn the fucking Fetty Wap down? And then we'll talk about it. And he said, shit man, my bad. And he's like turning it down a little bit. I'm still getting a fucking back massage, okay? I got fucking whiplash. So that sucked, you know. But whatever. I took Kayla to the Alamo when we were in San Antonio. And she straight up said, damn, they were just fighting here in the city. I was like, you know, they built all this shit afterwards. You fucking idiot. But if you feel bad, man, I don't know what's going on in your life, if you're having a good week or not. But think about this, if you're not having a good week. My wife thought this week was homecoming week. So she sent our kids to school Monday. Because Monday on the list is Nerd Day. So she sent her kids to school dressed up as Nerd Day, and it was not Nerd Day. And when I mean she like went all out, she had my son a button-up shirt on all the way up. She parted his hair in the middle and gelled it, and then gelled a little part sticking up in the back. And then she put these glasses on him with the little tape in the middle, and she sent him to school that way. Which would have been cool on Nerd Day. But it was not Nerd Day. So, my kids got bullied. And that's part of it, you know, I guess. It's part of life. So she's an idiot, and she knows it, and it's fine. It's fine, man. It's fucking fine. Nobody probably even noticed, because my son's kind of a nerd. But when he got home, man, he had pulled he like messed his hair up. He had put his glasses off, so I know he got fucked with. My daughter, she don't give a fuck, dude. She'll whoop your ass if you talk about her. She still had her glasses on. So nobody said shit to her. So, got that going for us. My grandpa, he wants to fuck Kayla. I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure. I've always had that idea that my grandpa looks at her a little bit too long. So, the other day when he shared 3,042 of her pictures at 2 o'clock in the morning, it pretty much confirmed that. So... maybe he is. Maybe he's doing her. I don't know. I do not know. I can't confirm yes or no. I do know that. I know she might be mad at me for saying that, but I don't know. I'm not there all the time. I don't know. Maybe he's getting it. I can't be mad about that. I cannot be mad about that. If your grandpa fucks your wife, dude, wow. I don't even know the appropriate way to react. It's just like, damn, dude. That's wild. She made me watch The Bachelorette with her last night, and I watched about 10 minutes of it. And, like, this bitch on there is 40. And she's on The Bachelorette, okay? And, like, they're having this meeting. And all the guys are just sitting here. And she's like, all right, I'm going to start talking to you guys one-on-one. That's all she said. And then she was like a long, awkward pause, and she's like, no one's going to offer to talk to me? And everybody was just sitting there like, what the fuck? We thought you were going to call us up one by one. And then she's like raising hell. And she's like, none of these guys want to talk to me. None of these guys, blah, blah, blah. It's just raising hell. And in that moment, and these guys are bitches, dude. Of course they are. They're on the fucking Bachelorette. But these guys are bitches, man. They're just like, I'm sorry, you're a god, you're an angel, you're a goddess. And I will do anything for you. Let me suck your toes. And I would have been like, bruh, what? If I was on that show, I would have been like, bitch, thank you. Appreciate the heads up, you psycho bitch. See ya. And I'd have got my shit and left, okay? Who wouldn't do that? You know what I'm saying? I'd have been like, oh, that's why you're 40 and on The Bachelor, you fucking bitch. Why are you on there? You're 40. Nobody wants you. Jesus Christ. Look at me reviewing The Bachelor. I'm on a downhill spiral, dude. I'm on a downhill spiral. Reviewing The Bachelorette on a podcast that nobody likes. That's crazy. That is fucking crazy. Let's analyze that for a second. So use the Adam and Eve code, man. Do that. Apparently a lot of people used it. A lot of people used it because they wrote me back and they were like, hey man, your fans fuck. I don't know if you guys are fucking other people or fucking yourselves. I don't give a shit, dude. Keep fucking. Okay, because that helps me out. And honestly, it could have been my Nana used most of the codes. I don't know. She could have used it. I don't know, man. I don't have a whole lot else to talk about. When we were out of town for those shows, I would call my kids. Man, I always miss my kids. So I called them, and they were like, will you bring us something home? But Texas, which is very surprising to me, not a lot of shit was open there. Like, more shit's open in Alabama than Texas. And Texas is like, we'll fuck you in the ass with our guns. Freedom over everything. And it's like, wow, man. That's not how it really is, okay? Like, a lot of shit was not open, okay? So we couldn't really find them, like a gift store. And we were running late in the airport, and somebody stole my fucking hat in the airport. It was going through the little thing, and I was like, is this good? And the lady's like, yeah, that's good. And then it come out the other side, and my hat wasn't there. And I was like, where's my hat? So I was like, hey, bro, where's my hat? And he's like, oh, no. I said, you ain't see my hat? He said, nope. And he said, but I ain't look either. And I was like, well, can you look? And he said, yeah, I'll go look. And he never came back. And I was like, somebody find my fucking hat, please. And they were like, there's bigger problems here. And I was like what, dude? Like what? Nobody's bringing a fucking box cutter on the plane anymore. What the fuck ever, dude. So I lost my hat, and I'm pissed about it. I'm still pissed about it. I bought a new one. It didn't fit right. I didn't feel right at the shows. That's probably why I didn't fully commit to the Joe Biden joke. I knew it wasn't going to go well in San Antonio. I could tell by the time we got there. People were cool, though. I'm not saying anything about the fans that were there, except maybe they are a little bit conservative, which is okay. But you kind of need to be, liberal, sorry. You need to be conservative to really like that joke. I need to slow down on this shit. It's just water, by the way. I went to an antique store because I'm trying to get an early jump on Christmas this year, and my dad has this entire corner of his house that's dedicated to antiques. And hey man, stop calling me. Fuck. I'm gonna edit that out, I promise you I will. So, my dad's got this entire corner of his house that is dedicated to antiques. And my stepmom, she fucking hates it. So every year for Christmas, I go and get him another antique. So I went to this antique store in town. And I get this, he's not going to watch it, so who fucking cares. But I got him this tailgate. It's like an old Chevrolet tailgate that hangs on the wall. He's got this old 60s model Chevrolet, and it's red, and it looks identical to the tailgate for that. So it's something for him to hang up on the wall. So I got that, and I get up there to the counter, and the lady was like, this is all you're getting? And I was like, yeah. I saw a 7-foot Bigfoot sculpture in the back there I wanted, but it was $765. And if I buy that, I'll probably end up divorced. But I'm probably still going to buy it for our podcast studio next. But that's beside the point. So anyway, she's like, you normally get a lot of stuff when you're in here. Now listen, I'm going to tell you something real. I don't like small talk. So I will take the quickest route out of it. If you, for example, this lady thought she knew me. She thought I was a regular. And instead of saying, hey bitch, I don't know you, and then her giving me this long story, telling me about who she's thinking of and how we look alike and how this, I was just like, yeah, that's me. And she's like, you normally get a lot of stuff when you're in here. And I'm like, yeah, I know it. I was like, what are you going to do? And my wife, she's looking at me like, damn, bitch, who you coming in here with? What are you fucking buying? And I'm looking at her like, just go with it. Just fucking go with it, okay? And she's married to me, so there's been a lot of situations where she just has to go with it. So she caught on pretty quick, and the lady was like, I just can't believe this is all y'all are getting this time. I mean, I know you come in here all the time and get all this stuff, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah. We'll probably be back next week, you know us. Well, then she's like, so what's this for? What you getting this for? And I was like, I was getting this for my dad for Christmas. And she like looked. And she was like, I thought your dad had passed away. And I said, we're putting it on his grave. And we got the fuck out of there. So, I don't know if the other guy's going to come and she's going to bring that up, but whatever, dude. I'm going to take the quickest route out of it. Every time. And that's just how I do business. What else is going on in my life, man? It's just been crazy, dude. It's been a busy week. I'm going to Gatlinburg this weekend. Going to stay there till next Wednesday. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, podcast will be late again next week. And I know what you're going to say. And yeah, I'll agree with you, dude. I'm a piece of shit. And I can't keep a schedule to save my life. And I'm sorry about that. Patreon people, you're suffering the most because you're supposed to get this a day early. And you're really getting it 2 days late. And I'm sorry. And I'm going to make it up to you somehow. I keep saying that in hopes that maybe one of you guys will be like, just send us some fucking underwear or something. And I'll just do that. Bro, if I was a chick, my panties would be everywhere, dude. I would go to the gym. I would take me a duffel bag full of panties. And I would get on the fucking stair climber. And I would climb for 15 minutes as fast as I could. And then I would pull those panties off, throw them in the bag. Put another pair of panties on, throw them in the bag. And I would come home and I would sell them bitches on every fucking app I could. Because why are you not getting the most out of your coochie? Ladies, everybody know, majority of you are fucking sluts anyways. And everybody knows it. Capitalize. Get your fucking shit together. If my crotch could make me money, you think I'd be telling dick jokes? I make jokes about my crotch. If I could get money from my crotch sweat, I would. I would bottle it and sell it. Whatever. You know what's crazy about the movie Sling Blade? And I was thinking about this the other night. Sling Blade has a scene where a guy grabs a wheelchair. A guy in a wheelchair. They're arguing in his living room, you know, and he was like, yo, get out. Nobody's leaving his house, so he gets up and he grabs the dude in the wheelchair. He's like, I fucking hate Crips. And he like throws the guy in the wheelchair out the door. And I was thinking about that scene the other night, and I was like, how fucked up would it be if they casted that role with a guy who was actually in a wheelchair? So I Googled it. And you want to know something, man? The guy is really in a wheelchair. And he hasn't been in anything else since then. He hasn't been anything in that prior to that. So the biggest moment of his life, and the only really role he had in that movie, is getting thrown out the fucking door. I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Alright, so imagine you're this guy. Alright, and you're at home one day. Stop fucking calling me hoe. It's not a hoe. It's not a hoe. Anyways, so imagine you're sitting at home. You get a call from whoever the fuck made this movie, and they were like, we need you for a role. And he tells his family, he's like, I'm going to be in a movie. It's going to be in theaters. It's going to be huge. Okay? And your family's like, oh my God, his crippled ass is getting out there. He's going to be famous. And you get there and you're at the little table read, and everybody's sitting at the table, and they pass out the scripts. And you get to, and you're like flipping through it, and you're like, where's my lines? And they're like, page 37. And basically, your lines say nothing. It just says, you sit there. So you don't know what's going on. And then you get there and you're on film day. They're doing makeup on your ass. You know what I'm saying? And you're just sitting there in your chair and you're like, you know? And you get there and everybody's arguing in this living room and you're like, I don't say anything. I just sit here. But that's fine. This is my time to shine. You know, I'm in a movie. And all of a sudden the fucking dude jumps up and he's like, I fucking hate Crips. And he's like shaking your ass and throws you out the door. And that's your shining moment. That's what you're getting remembered for. How traumatizing is that? And how many times did they have to do that scene? I know old buddy couldn't sell it that hard on the first try. So how many times you get thrown out this door? And you're getting shaken up? So then now, you're ashamed about it. You're like, fuck. Like, I really just sold my paraplegicism. I don't even know if that's a word. But that's what you sold it. You're in a chair and you sold that. That was your product. That's all you had to offer. So you're ashamed about it and you're like, fuck, I'm still in this movie. And the movie's huge. And let's be honest, making that movie, they probably didn't think it was going to be as big as it was. Sling Blade, it's about a retarded guy who killed a man with a fucking lawnmower blade, basically. It's like, whatever. Not going to be huge. Blows up, massive movie. Your family's telling all their friends, like, he's in this movie, he's in it, you should go see it. And all your family's in there at the premiere. And they're like, little Johnny's on the screen. And then they're like waiting on your part, and there's your shining moment. And you're like, I fucking hate Crips. And he's like, fucking thrown out the front door. I thought about that the other day, man. I thought that was wild. Imagine the balls on these guys, man, casting that movie. It's like, all right, who are we going to get to play the guy in the wheelchair? And they're like, call Donnie. Call that guy. He's in a wheelchair. He'll be able to play it perfectly. He'll never agree to that. Don't fucking tell him. Or just shake him up. That way it'll look natural. I don't know if any of these things are true that I'm saying, man. I just think they're funny to think about. He's definitely in a wheelchair, though. You can look that up. That's about as far as my research went. Just enough for it to fit my agenda. So, anyways, I didn't plug anything because I feel like I promote too much. I did plug that. Okay, I plugged the Adam and Eve thing. And I'm going to do it again. I don't give a fuck. Use my code, SIMS, at adamandeve.com. 50% off one item and free shipping to the entire U.S. and Canada. Fuck the rest of the world. Also, guys, I'm going to be in Tampa. Should have said this at the beginning. Nobody watches this far. I'm going to be in Tampa November 18th. It's going to be a big show. They're full capacity down there. They don't give a fuck. So if you're in the area or you know somebody, send them a fucking letter, a text, a pigeon. I don't give a fuck. Let them know I'm coming. Okay? And I'm bringing hell with me. Not really. That's just a line from my favorite movie, Tombstone. Let them know I'm bringing Average Joey with me. Joey Leonard with the mullet. Very similar to me, just not as funny. Not as good looking. Not as charismatic. Not as fucked up in the teeth area. And yeah, but still a good show. So you guys come out to that. Other than that, I don't think I'm doing any more shows this year. I've said that before, and I lied. But I really don't think I am this year. I had a show in Woodstock scheduled for December 5th, and they tried to fuck your boy. This bitch gonna send me a contract, and she said, we get 50% of your ticket sales. And I said, kiss my ass. And she was like, please do the show still. And I was like, what do I look like, your fucking bitch? She's like, we'll let you sell merch. And I was like, now, I hope your house burns down. That should be standard. You raised me up so I could tell you to fuck off. This podcast is going nowhere, man. But about 2 more weeks, which I said last week, I'll have our new studio set up. My boy Mike will be on here, and he's going to come at us with some fucking animal facts because that seems to be the only thing he really knows about. And he'll be high as shit. So stay tuned for that. I love you guys so much. Check out that Adam and Eve video. Fuck with it heavy. Share it for no reason other than because I told you to. Okay, and I hate doing that. But I'm telling you to do it. Love you guys so much, man. Seriously, though, I appreciate all the support, whether it be through views, shares, or praying for me, man. Because I know y'all be doing that. My mom, she had some tests run. Not really sure how that's going to go, but it's pretty serious. So if you pray, pray. If you don't pray, throw a fucking penny in the well for me, man. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening, watching, however the fuck you do it. Thank you.